This is Ob.
He can breathe.
Actually, he cannot breathe because he is an online character.
I will send you to Jesus.
Anyway, he has a respiratory system, like you.
Its main function is to intake things we do need, like oxygen, and release products we don't need, like carbon dioxide and water.
Now time for a bit of math with a side of background info. The respiratory system uses a process called respiration. Respiration is basically breathing and cellular respiration combined. Breathing is inhaling and exhaling. Cellular respiration is chemical reactions that releases energy from food. Its chemical formula is this. Looks complicated, but let me explain it to you. Your body takes in oxygen and glucose, which is basically the sugar that your body needs, and converts it into carbon dioxide, water, and adenosine triphosphate, also known as ATP.
Now meet Steven. He's sleeping right now, but no one cares. We're going to take a look at how air travels through your body and talk about the parts of the respiratory system. Air enters through either your mouth or your nose.
What difference does it make?
Wait until the end. The air then travels into your oral or nasal cavity, depending on which one you normally breathe with. It goes into the pharynx, also known as your throat. Then into the larynx, more widely known as your voice box. Your throat splits into two directions. One leads to the esophagus and the other leads to the trachea. The epiglottis is a small flap of cartilage that covers the pathway to your lungs so food doesn't get stuck in there.
The air now travels from the larynx through the trachea, also known as our windpipe. At the end of the trachea, our path splits into the right and left bronchus, respectively going to the right and left lung. The bronchi then splits into smaller tubes called bronchioles, and they keep on splitting until they get to the alveoli, where gas exchange happens. In the alveoli, gas exchange happens. The alveoli are surrounded by capillaries holding deoxygenated blood. Capillaries have really thin walls, meaning that they can transfer waste products, which is carbon dioxide and water, and take in products that they need, like oxygen. In this way, the respiratory system works with the cardiovascular system by taking its waste products and excreting them, and also oxygenating its deoxygenated blood.
The muscular system is also involved in all of this. We have a large muscle called the diaphragm, not diaphragm, which helps us have a larger chest cavity for our lungs to expand. When we inhale, our diaphragm, not diaphragm, contracts and pulls down. When we exhale, our diaphragm, not diaphragm, relaxes and pushes up. Think of it like a trampoline. When you're about to jump, the springs tense up and you go down. When you jump, the springs relax and the trampoline goes back up, until gravity pulls you down again. Physics. If you breathe right now, you can feel it.
Did I make you breathe?
All body systems have diseases and disorders that go wrong with it, because something always seems to go wrong. One extremely common one is asthma. Asthma is when your bronchioles narrow and fill with mucus, making it harder to breathe. Another is lung cancer. Lung cancer is when a lung tumor grows into or presses against the airways, narrowing the passage and making it difficult for respiration.
Another interesting one is cystic fibrosis, not 65 roses. Cystic fibrosis is a hereditary disease which can cause severe damage to mainly the lungs, but it can also disrupt the proper functions of the digestive system and other organs in the body. And my personal favorite, pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. It's a real lung disease, and it's caused by inhaling very fine silica or quartz dust.
Now for the fun part. The difference between mouth and nose breathing is that your nose has tiny hairs called cilia that filter out pathogens and bacteria that could be in the air. In mouth breathing, you have no filters that could capture things in the air that could possibly make you sick. Tiny structures called turbinates moisten the air because your lungs and throat function better with moist air. Air that you take in through your mouth is much drier. Air you inhale through your nose gradually warms up, making it easier for your lungs and throat and for your tissues to absorb.
He